Hey everybody, how you doing?
Hey
everybody, how you doing? All right, so welcome back to Turning Back. Okay, what's that called? A blooper?
Yeah, you're gonna keep it.
Welcome back to Turning Pages with Paul and Lesley.
Welcome back, everyone.
Hey, it's Paul and Lesley. I'm Paul.
And I'm Lesley,
She's
y'all.
Lesley. Yeah. Hey, y'all got a blooper today, a blooper reel.
A serious
funny.
blooper,
That's funny.
right?
And you know what? That's because it's been a minute since we've been here. And it doesn't mean that we haven't missed you.
Oh gosh, we've missed y'all so much.
We have certainly missed you, but over the past few weeks, we have just been extremely busy. As we told you the last time, we had been out of town, and we had just been doing a whole lot.
And again.
Yeah, so getting back home and getting our feet back under us, and just getting back to life.
Yes, normalcy.
Yeah, it's been quite a bit. So we missed you guys, but we're back.
Yes,
we are
back.
And we hope that you will enjoy the content that we are about to share with you today. So today we're going to talk to you about books that surprised us.
Yeah,
books that we started reading and we just, we didn't know one way or the other, or maybe we didn't think we like it much, and we ended up liking it.
Isn't that something how that happens, Paul?
It is. In fact, one of these books really surprised me. So,
Okay.
Yeah, so I'm excited about getting into this. And so what we always ask you guys to do is we want you to follow the show's theme as well. Tell us about books that you read that surprised you.
Yeah, let us know.
That you ended up liking them. You thought maybe you wouldn't like it much, or you just were kind of in the middle. And the book ended up being pretty good.
Hey.
All right.
Yeah.
So, babe, we're going to go ahead and get started with you first.
Good.
And let you share the first book that surprised you.
Yeah, I'm looking at it, and it's been on the shelf. I read this back in during the pandemic.
Wow.
Yeah, around 2021. And this book surprised me. It's an unforgettable book. I don't think I've ever talked about this book. It's The Chaos Standing Still by Jessica Brody.
Wow.
Yeah. This is an interesting romance, loss, friendship, and bad airport food book.
Bad airport food.
Yeah, this one, it really surprised me because I thought it was going to be like total romance, but it really is more. There's a romance that brews, but it's very subtle because it's toward the end, and it's all because of a experience in an airport, just talking in an airport. But it's really dealing with the loss of a friend.
Okay.
And how the friend died, and the last. I can't get into it.
Right.
But
because you don't want to give it away.
I don't want to give it away because it is so well. The book opens up with it, and it talks about her friend and that she doesn't want to erase the last message her friend sent.
Okay.
On the voicemail.
Okay.
And that's because she feels that will erase the,
Yeah.
It will be permanent.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
It'll be final.
Like the death will be real at that point.
Yes. And so this takes you on that ride, that journey. And if anyone is experiencing loss or has experienced loss, this is a beautiful book. Beautiful book. It kept me engaged the whole time. I didn't want to put it down. And it just surprised me because it was one of those books I got from Book Outlet. It was on sale, a great sale. And I was like, okay, well, I'll go ahead and read it. It's not very long. The words are pretty big in it,
Yeah.
And I was like, but I couldn't put it down. It was just that good.
Oh, wow.
I think I gave it like 4.5 stars. It was just that good.
That's good.
So, yeah, it's called The Chaos of Standing Still.
Wow.
Yeah, love the title.
That obviously was a book that surprised you because it's not one that you even mentioned to me.
Yeah, I've never really mentioned it to you, but it was a big surprise.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right.
I enjoyed it.
That's good. That actually sounds kind of interesting.
It is. You might enjoy it.
Yeah, I might.
Yeah.
It might surprise me too.
Yeah.
So this book right here. So you had been reading this book, and you were laughing every night when I would be reading my book, sitting in a recliner. You would be in the bed reading your book, and every night you would just, belly
exactly
laugh.
what
You
book
would
that is.
laugh, and I was thinking, what is she laughing at? And so you said, Paul, you need to try this book out. You need to read it. And I was like, I don't know, because it's got a weird. There's a genre that's attached to this book, and I can't remember the name of it. When I tell you the book, you will probably be able to remind me.
Okay.
But it's The Housemaid.
Yeah, that book
Housemaid.
is funny.
And the thing about The Housemaid, everybody, is that
mystery
first
thriller.
of all, it surprised me for a couple of reasons. Number one, it surprised me because I just didn't think I would like a book like this one. I didn't think I'd like it that much, because it was kind of like funny and just weird and everything, and it just seemed too light for me.
Yeah,
I guess that's why, because when I'm looking at a mystery thriller, murder book, whatever it is, I'm looking for it to be heavy and dark, and and this was all light and frilly, but boy,
oh man,
did it switch gears on me.
Oh, immediately.
And I was like, whoa, okay, now this is better than I thought.
It was good.
And I was completely surprised. Blindsided might be the best word to describe. Like, initially, I was just thinking, I don't know, this is not going to be my taste.
Will you ever forget Millie, though?
No. Never.
Millie is hilarious.
The book is it's just good.
It's good.
It was really written well.
It was.
The twists and turns. It's wild.
It's
actually.
funny. It's funny. She took us on a ride.
Yeah, so I was surprised both that I would like the approach she took.
Yeah.
Because I didn't think I would.
Okay.
But then I was surprised at how well she did with transitioning from what felt like it was going to be kind of light.
Yeah.
To something that
heavy.
got deep and heavy and in the style that I like.
And the progression of the heaviness.
Yes.
It got
because it gradually
heavier.
Yeah. She did a good job with this one.
She did a good job.
The Housemaid surprised me.
Yeah,
the Housemaid surprised me.
Yeah. So my next surprise, I don't think I've ever talked to you about this one. This one was, I think I got this one at not a yard sale, but I think from the Goodwill, I think. And just absolutely enjoyed it. Also read it and listened to it on audio. And was so surprised. The only thing about this one is it's a series. And I've not read the rest of the series.
Okay.
And this is an old series. But I was so very taken by the first book in the series. And that is Cinder. Cinder, The Lunar Chronicles by Marissa Meyer.
No, you've never mentioned that one to me.
Yeah, so this is an adaptation of course, Cinderella.
Yeah.
But it's like, even in the future, the story begins with once upon a time, humans and androids crowd the ravished streets of New Beijing. A deadly plague ravages the population. From space, a ruthless lunar people watch, waiting to make their move. No one knows that Earth's fate hinges on one girl, 16-year-old Cinder. A gifted mechanic, is a cyborg. She's a second-class citizen, sound familiar? Cinderella, with a mysterious past, and is reviled by her stepmother.
Wow.
But when her life becomes intertwined with the handsome Prince Kai, she suddenly finds herself at the center of an intergalactic struggle and a forbidden attraction.
Wow.
Caught between duty and freedom, loyalty and betrayal, she must uncover secrets about her past in order to protect her world's future, because there is something unusual about Cinder, something that others would kill for.
Wow.
When I say this surprised me, Paul, this surprised me. It was the rave back in the day when it came out. And I'm sure if anybody sees this book and they see it, they probably read the whole series, because they're like 10 books probably, maybe less. But it surprised me. I didn't think I would like it that much because she is a cyborg. But man, this one, I think you would enjoy this one.
Here's what's Here's what's interesting about the book, though. The heel, the red shoe.
And then you see the inside is like, you can see the inside of it. You can tell. Yeah.
Okay, so I couldn't see that. You can see
the bone.
Okay.
Yeah.
That's just interesting because if you said to me, if you walked up to me with that book and said, "Hey, Paul, you need to check this book out," I'd be like, "Man, I'm not reading that book. That's nothing I want to read." But as you describe it, it's different.
Yeah.
So I guess.
Yeah.
That's what I just thought of.
What?
Don't judge a book by its cover.
Don't judge a book by its cover, or judge a book by its cover.
Yeah.
It's really, really good. It's a wonderful take on a Cinderella story, and there's so many other adaptations of Cinderella in books and things and movies. But this one, I mean, Marissa Meyer, she really did a fantastic job.
So modern and updated.
Yeah, and it's a young adult, I think.
Okay.
So it was so popular, Paul, back in the day.
Okay.
Marissa Meyer was like the author for young adult.
Cool.
Yeah, it was great. It's great. It surprised me.
All right. So this book surprised me.
Okay.
Big time.
Okay.
Now, I shouldn't have been surprised, but I was.
Okay.
So the author, I shouldn't have been surprised because of the author.
Because of the author.
But I was surprised because of the main characters.
Okay.
And I was just thinking, because you were telling me about this book too.
Okay.
And this was the book that you just kept talking about and talking about.
Oh, wow.
And because of the characters and the content, you know, and I was thinking, I'm not going to like this book. I'm going to read it because she says it's good, but I was not expecting to like it. I mean, I just went into it. And if you've ever gone into a book not expecting to like it, like you just went in with a bias.
Yeah.
You know, put it in the comments and let us know.
Yeah, please do.
But I did. I had a bias, but just because I just didn't think I was going to like it because it was about a bunch of women. I was just like, this is just not my thing.
Don't you like women?
I do.
Like
I like woman.
I
like woman, and I like my mom and my sisters and my nieces. But yeah, you know. But I'm saying,
I got you.
You understand what I'm saying? I thought it was like a ladies' book.
Woman-like.
Yeah, I thought it was a ladies' book, and I was just like, I'm not gonna like this.
I told you would like it. I know exactly what book you're talking about.
Yeah. Look, y'all.
Yeah, I know.
The Maidens, right?
Oh,
yeah, the
I
Maidens.
thought you were gonna say
what?
Kennedy Ryan.
No.
That book had women in it.
I will say that was a surprise too.
Okay.
Kennedy Ryan's book was a surprise too. I was shocked. I was completely shocked that I was shocked. I was really shocked that I liked it.
But the Maidens had men in it.
No, but like you were talking about these girls that were in a society and all this stuff. Yeah. And I was like, not my speed. Yeah. You were talking about like mythology.
Yeah.
And I'm like, I don't want to read that. And
yeah, shocked you, huh?
Yeah.
I told you.
Alex Michaelides.
That's the talent of Alex Michaelides.
Yeah, I was surprised. I was utterly surprised that I liked this book. I was once, and it was slow going initially. I have to admit, it was slow going initially because in his style, he does so much character building and so much scene setting.
He does.
Until you just have to really hang in there.
And I'll be honest with you, Paul, that particular Alex book, Michaelides book, is so good on audio.
Okay, see.
Yeah, so good on audio.
And maybe that's the difference. Yeah. That you read it and listened to it.
Yeah, it was so much better on audio.
I just read it.
Yeah, and so it was slow.
It made it hard for me to get through the first part. But once it got rolling.
Oh, yeah. Once it got going.
It was a whole lot more entertaining. And the ending ended up being amazing. And so y'all know how much I like good endings.
Yeah, out of the three of his, that one's second for me.
Silent Patient is my
almost
favorite.
made first.
Silent Patient.
I know.
Anyway, I digress.
Yes,
so the Maidens is the second book that
surprised you.
Yeah.
Well, my last book, such a surprise until I cannot stop reading this author. I cannot stop reading books from this author. When this author puts a book out, I am getting my hands on it. That's how much of a surprise this book that I read for the first time by this author surprised me so much until now. I have got to put my hands on every book that she writes, and that's Kristen
well,
Hannah.
I was about to say, I know
the
it.
Nightingale.
I knew it was her. I just didn't know which book. I knew it was her though.
This was the first book that I read by Kristen Hannah.
Okay.
Okay, she has books that came way before this one. But this was the first one I read because somebody said, you got to read Kristen Hannah. You got to read Kristen Hannah. And this book just happened to be out. And Paul, when I say this is, look how big this book is. It's thick, okay?
Yeah.
But when I say that this cemented my love of historical fiction, but not just historical fiction written by Kristen Hannah.
Okay.
And I said, okay, the next book she comes out with, I am going to read it. Well, before I could get my hands on the next new book, I had books that I had purchased from Goodwill and other places by her. Firefly Lane, which was an older book. Then there were some others. I'm trying to remember some of the others. I can't remember offhand. But Fly Away, I think, was written by Kristen Hannah.
Okay.
But then came The Great Alone. Then came The Four Winds. And the last one last year, The Women. But this one solidified it.
Okay.
This is about was it World War II? No, yeah, World War II. So with courage, grace, and powerful insight, she captures the epic panorama of World War II.
Okay.
And illuminates an intimate part of history seldom seen, the Women's War.
Wow.
The Nightingale tells the stories of two sisters separated by years and experience, by ideals, passion, and circumstance, each embarking on their own dangerous path towards survival, love, and freedom in German-occupied, war-torn France. A heartbreakingly beautiful novel that celebrates the resilience of the human spirit and the durability of women. It is a novel for everyone, a novel for a lifetime. And this one was so good because it is about two sisters that of two different ages, one very like teenager and one maybe in her early 30s, 40s, and how they both navigate through their trials and during this war because of the fundamental principles and beliefs and the things that are going on during that time. Hitler and it's just really, really, really good.
Okay.
Really good. Of course, heartbreaking at the end, of course. Well, throughout this one, but at the end, just sobbing. Just sobbing. But it's so beautiful at the end as well. Sad but beautiful. She just, oh gosh, I can't. I'm gonna stop there. Nightingales by Kristen Hannah.
All right.
Girl
yeah,
can
because
write.
when you get started in on
the girl can write. The girl can
you
write.
just get all emotional.
I do.
Everything, and you draw us in.
Yeah, I'm just gonna stop.
Next
just
thing you
let
know,
it
the
go.
rest of us have got our tissues out.
Yeah,
and
I'm just gonna let it go. Let it go.
Have a cry fest.
That's my last one.
All right. So this book right here is another book you talked about.
Okay.
All three of these books were books that you just talked about and talked about and talked about, and you talked about them while you read them.
Well, I'm so
and it's really
glad that you read them.
Yeah, but it's a good thing that I can still read a book after you talk about them. Like some people, I guess, if somebody talk about a book too much, it'll like ruin it for them. It doesn't do that for me.
I try not to give it away.
You do a pretty good job.
job.
But this book right here, again, I don't know what I expected. I think I went in, I didn't have a bias. I went in very open.
Okay.
But I didn't expect to like it as much as I did.
Okay.
And I didn't expect to feel it the way I did because I ended up not liking one of the characters.
Okay.
And I ended up kind of rooting against him.
Okay.
And that's interesting because most of the time I'm just looking at characters and saying, and kind of, but this one character in this book I could not stand. And I think I told you about it. And the book is Scythe.
Yeah.
By Neil Shusterman.
And who was the character you couldn't stand? Not Faraday.
No, not Faraday. Faraday was cool. It was
Love
that
Faraday.
bad guy, the flashy one that threw all the parties and was just
I can't remember
stupid.
his name, but
and his name ain't even worth remembering. That's the bad part about it.
That was a book and a half, man.
I really because of the
that surprised me too.
because of the theme of the book. I really didn't know if I would dig it or not.
You wait until you read the second one.
Basically, like, you know, the Scythes basically are keeping overpopulation from happening because, and that's all I'll say. That's all I'll say because I don't want to give away too much. But yeah, it was just deep.
It's deep. All I told you.
It was deep because
now you think that's deep. You read the Thunderhead
because you would be thinking like the Scythe would just be, you know what I'm saying? These mean, but it was completely different.
Well, you're talking about moral battle. You talk, good and evil,
morality.
Yeah, it's all in there.
What I'm saying? Humility. You're talking about arrogance. Yeah, I mean, it's so much here.
So much in that
it's really really good.
So
I didn't expect for
I would read that again.
I didn't expect it for it to take me to places that it took me.
Yeah.
In terms of thinking.
Yeah.
And then also being able to like relate this thing to real life.
Yes.
What power will do to a person.
Yes. Yes.
You know what I'm saying? Like this book is a great example of what unrestrained power
I'm telling you,
can
Paul.
do to a person.
But think about the authorship of that book and Neil Schusterman's writing.
Yeah,
it is unreal.
It's good. It is
unreal,
really good.
Man.
It is really good.
So you wait until you read the Thunderhead. You're really going to be like, wait a minute here. Yeah. This is heavy.
Great surprise.
Great surprise.
A great surprise.
It surprised me too.
Today we just talked about 3 books that we were surprised we liked.
Yes.
In the comments, let us know if you would like us to flip that.
Yeah, books
and
that
do
we disliked.
3 books that we were surprised we disliked.
Yeah, that I was so hyped about.
Yeah.
Oh, I got several.
Yeah. So let us know in the comments if you want us to come back with that.
One. Let us know.
Because that would be really, really interesting.
Yeah. And so, no shade on the authors.
No shade on the author.
It didn't suit us.
On the author whatsoever. Yeah. It's just our taste, right?
Yeah, our style.
And taste is subjective.
It is.
You know what I mean?
Yes, reading
so,
is too.
You know, authors don't take it personally or anything like that. We're not saying that your writing's not good.
Oh, no, not at all.
We just didn't enjoy that one, right?
For me.
For us. So everybody do us a favor. You know, make sure that you like, that you share, subscribe, and you hit that notification bell so that you know when we've got some new content out. And make sure that you do this for us.
Yes.
Make sure you tell us
everyone
what pages you're turning today, okay?
Please.
We love to know what you're reading. We do. All right? Okay, so that's it for today, everybody.
Oh, it's over?
It's over. It's over, but we had fun.
It was so much fun.
We had so much fun, and we hope that you enjoyed every moment of it, all right?
Thank you.
So, honey, is there anything you want to say before we go out?
Hey, thank you for subscribing. If you haven't subscribed, please subscribe. Please hit the like button if you got value out of today's content. And please go ahead and share this with your family, friends, and loved ones and hit the notification bell. We really appreciate this community. We appreciate your support. And we appreciate it that even though we've been gone a couple of weeks, you come right back and you watch and you flood us with your comments and you share and give us feedback. So, yeah, thank you all so much. We appreciate y'all so much.
Yep, that's it. I let her. She said it. We're out. We'll see you next time. But, remember, keep turning those pages.
pages.
All right? Peace.
Bye, everybody.